There are more than 3.5 million vans and light commercial vehicles on the road in the UK. Legislation has never been more complex or safety critical. The rules and regulations surrounding the towing of trailers are designed with one simple objective: the safety of the driver and other road users. As the driver, you could be fined, have your license endorsed, or even go to prison if you use a dangerous vehicle or trailer. It's your responsibility. In the eyes of the law, ignorance is no defence.
Once a vehicle's been stopped, if any offences are detected with the trailer itself, then the driver faces prosecution, and that could be either points or a fine. Ultimately, of course, if you're involved in a collision, then that could mean injury or, at worst case scenario, death either of yourself or of an innocent party.
Attaching a trailer to your vehicle can bring the combination into scope of additional rules. For this reason, you should always make sure your manager knows that you intend to use a trailer.
There's three issues really that drivers need to be aware of when towing trailers. First of all, there's additional driver's licence entitlement requirements for certain trailers, and also you may come in scope of operator licensing requirements and driver hours regulations. If you breach those regulations, you as a driver will be prosecuted as well as the operator. Consult your manager.
In this DVD, we refer to the maximum permissible weight, or MPW, of the vehicle or trailer, and this is the maximum the vehicle can legally weigh regardless of its actual weight at any given time. This information is normally shown on a special plate fixed to the vehicle by the manufacturer, the VIN plate, usually inside one of the door pillars or under the bonnet, and on the A-frame of the trailer. You'll also find this information in the manufacturer's handbook. When considering towing a trailer, it's important to make sure that it's suitably matched to the towing vehicle. Firstly, the intended trailer weight must not exceed the manufacturer's recommended towing capacity of both the coupling device and the towing vehicle. The vehicle's gross train weight must never be exceeded. We talk more about this later. But as a rule of thumb, the actual weight of the trailer should not normally exceed 70% of the actual weight of the drawing vehicle. The dimensions of the trailer must also be considered. Generally, a vehicle that has an MPW of 3.5 tonnes or less is limited to drawing a trailer that's no more than 2.3 metres wide and 7 metres long. Ask your manager about your specific combination. Check the coupling height is correct. The trailer should be level when coupled to the towing vehicle, and that the connections are compatible. Trailer couplings generally consist of two types. The most common coupling for smaller trailers is the ball and socket type. And for larger trailers, an eye and pin type assembly is often used. To start, with the aid of an assistant, reverse the towing vehicle slowly to within close proximity of the trailer coupling. Get out of the vehicle and check the coupling components for security and damage. Then raise the jockey wheel on the trailer to the correct height for coupling. After releasing the trailer parking brake, with an assistant, maneuver the front of the trailer into position and lower the trailer onto the coupling. Don't attempt to lift the front of the trailer, as this may cause injury. Instead, raise and lower the trailer by using the jockey wheel assembly. Now lock the trailer coupling into position. Some couplings lock into place automatically. Others have a manual system but may have an indicator to show when the ball is in position. Next, lower the jockey wheel a few turns to lift the rear of the towing vehicle. This will confirm that the coupling is correctly locked into position. If the trailer has an eye coupling, fit the towing pin into position and make sure the safety pin or clip is fitted. Then lift up and secure the jockey wheel into the fully raised position. Once the trailer is correctly attached, connect the trailer electrical plug to the socket on the towing vehicle whilst checking that it's free from damage and fits snugly. Many trailers are fitted with safety cables. The secondary coupling cable is designed to keep the trailer attached to the vehicle and must be positioned or adjusted to prevent the trailer nose from touching the ground should it become detached. The emergency breakaway cable applies the trailer brakes if the main coupling fails. The safety cables should be attached by fixing the hook or clip on the end of the cable directly to the tow hitch assembly. Check for any signs of damage or wear. All cables must have enough slack to enable the trailer to negotiate tight corners, but must never drag along the ground. The trailer must be fitted with a yellow number plate that matches the one on the rear of the vehicle. Make sure that it's secure, clean, and clearly visible. You must know the maximum your combination can legally weigh, including the vehicle and trailer itself, the load, the crew, fuel, and anything else that contributes to its overall weight, like tools or equipment. The figure you should look for first is the maximum permissible train weight of the drawing vehicle, which, like MPW, is found on the vehicle's plate or in the handbook. However, the amount you can carry may be restricted by the capacity of the trailer, so you must also find out the MPW of the trailer and add it to the MPW of the vehicle. If the sum is less than the maximum permissible train weight on the drawing vehicle, it is this lesser weight you must load to. Make sure the load is evenly placed across the trailer and across all axles. Place heavy items as low as possible to help keep the center of gravity low and improve stability. The loaded trailer should be slightly nose heavy. The nose weight should exert a downward force on the coupling of the towing vehicle, but this must be kept to within the recommended limits. These are typically between 75 and 100 kilograms, but the exact figure will be in the manufacturer's handbook. If the nose weight is too light, the trailer may become unstable. If too heavy, the steering and brakes may be affected, the coupling overloaded, and the headlights could project a high beam of light, dazzling other drivers. Loads should always be properly secured to prevent them falling off the vehicle and to protect you and others in the vehicle from the load if you have to stop or move suddenly. Some plant trailers have purpose-built locking devices. Make sure you use them. Before every journey, always carry out a full walk-round check of the vehicle and trailer as one to ensure the combination is free of any defects. In particular, check the lights and warning aids in the cab. If the trailer is fitted with stabilizer legs, ensure that they're fully retracted and secured into position. Throughout the working day, it's important to keep checking the roadworthiness of the combination, the distribution of the load, and its restraints. Check every time you start a new journey. Speed limit rules separate light goods vehicles into two categories: car-derived vans and other rigid goods vehicles. A car-derived van has an MPW of no more than 2 tons and is constructed as an adaptation of a car. Generally, the maximum speeds for car-derived vans are higher than those for goods vehicles. However, these maximum speed limits are often lower when vehicles tow a trailer. Speed limits are set for both vehicles and roads, and where these differ, the lowest figure always applies. Some vehicles may be fitted with speed limiters. Any vehicle with a speed limiter and any vehicle towing a trailer is banned from using the outside or right-hand lane of a motorway with 3 or more lanes. Drivers towing trailers for the first time should undertake some basic training, as it requires a great deal more care and skill than driving solo. Allow more time for accelerating, overtaking, and braking, and leave more space for turning. Think about any projecting loads. Make more use of the vehicle mirrors. Consider other road users and anticipate hazards such as roundabouts, which should be taken at lower speeds. Remember, a trailer with a high center of gravity will be less stable and more liable to overturning. If the trailer begins swerving, ease off the accelerator and reduce speed gently, avoiding excessive steering. Ensure that braking is done when the vehicle is in a straight line. Complete your braking before entering a corner. Select the appropriate gear and gently accelerate out of the bend. Always drive with caution over speed bumps, as the security of the load may be affected by sudden impact at speed. Also take care on uneven surfaces such as off-road. Remember, trailers with a low deck or long wheelbase are more prone to grounding. Never reverse a trailer without beforehand checking the area behind is clear. Ideally, have a reversing assistant, especially in crowded places or where there are obstacles to negotiate.
Okay, that's fine.
You'll need plenty of room for the towing vehicle to swing out. And don't leave it too late to straighten the vehicle or the trailer will jackknife. This is when the trailer gets to such an angle that it can no longer be manoeuvred in reverse and can cause damage to the vehicle and trailer. If the trailer goes out of line, pull forward to correct it. As you can see, there are plenty of things to consider when towing trailers. So let's recap. Stop and consider the implications of towing trailers before you couple up. Properly prepare the vehicle and trailer before you use the combination on the road. Be safe and legal when using the vehicle. If you have any doubts about towing, always seek advice from your manager. We cannot cover every eventuality you're likely to come across in a short video, and your company may have its own special rules. For more help and advice, you should first talk to your employer.
Our message to drivers who are towing trailers would be quite simple. It's your responsibility once you take the vehicle out on the road to make sure it's fit to do so. So check that you're using the right trailer, that it's properly fitted out and that the load on it is evenly distributed, secure, and hopefully you will tow the trailer safely.